Let's go in here. I'll tell you this much, besides that little couple of things there, that second half, we challenged you a little bit out there. You guys came out to play football. It was nice to see that. When people were down, people stepped up. Great job. Let's go, Rocks. 1, 2, 3. Rocks! 2 lines. Let's go.
One word to describe Russell Pajer, I would say it was inspiring.
Enthusiastic, encouraging, funny,
Passionate,
motivational,
Honorable.
empathetic,
he's a motivator and a great role model.
He's giving.
Caring,
Enthusiastic.
Perspective.
honest,
Loyal.
Dedicated.
Father figure.
respectful,
My brother.
Class.
Is selfless.
consistent,
authentic.
he would be dedicated.
A true leader. I was working with Russ Pajer early in his career, and his first year as a head coach of the varsity, he was 0-8. His second year, he was also 0-8, but it never discouraged him from trying to improve on that program, and it is what it is today because of his efforts.
He's a very respectable man, you know, man of his word, always like tries to help you out whenever and however the best he can, and like he just is a great guy.
Coach Pajer has been one of my best coaches in my life, and I'm very thankful to be on this team.
One thing that I've learned about Coach Pajer in the past 4 years of playing football here is no matter if we're down by 30, up by 30, always play with class, always have fun, never give up on what you love to do, and just make sure you're doing your best always, never stop.
Better than that. We show class. We're a tough team, but we show class. Don't stoop down to someone else's levels.
Building men for life. Russ is big at that. One of the stories I fondly remember is the following. He had an athlete that had a real tough time getting up for school in the mornings. So what he did, he's decided to tell a few of us teachers, hey, let's go over and see what we can do with getting him out of the house. So when we went over the house, it was a mess. Tough living conditions led this student really to be depressed is what it turned out to be. We would get over there every morning, one of us, wake him up, bring him to school, make sure he was there on time. He survived the football season, and not only did he survive, he went on after he graduated to play college ball and get himself through college with a degree. So again, it's about who you're going to be in life and where you're going in life that builds people for the future, and that's always in Russ, who he is as an authentic person, cares about each and individual player.
All right, so if you think about Coach Pajer, you think about somebody who you want to build any athletic program around, somebody that's so much more than the wins and losses, somebody who's more about the development of the student athletes themselves and the community. Thinking about the number of years that he has given back to this community as a former student, as a teacher, as a coach, is admirable. Whenever you have discussions with him about how our game went, how our season's going, it always comes back to the student athletes. From bringing community members in to speak to the team, having words of the week and having inspirational messages each week, participating in community service initiatives, just all part of the football program fabric. It's something that the community really enjoys, and it's really put East Rockaway football on the map for so much more than just wins and losses. When I think about a coach, Coach Pajer is the one that I would start any program around.
Russell Pajer, my story of Russell Pajer would be, he took a kid with a disability and gave him the opportunity to play high school football, where I think if other coaches would not give a student the opportunity to play football, and I am so grateful that to have this opportunity, and 20 years later to not only be a former player but also a coach and a part of this great coaching staff with Russell Pajer. He is one of the best. Thank you, Russ.
Now, I've known Coach Pajer since I was in 7th grade, and I was a water boy for the varsity, and he was a young assistant. A few years later, he was the head coach, And my sophomore year, he named me a captain. And together, we struggled through 2 losing seasons. Finally, my senior year, things were different. Things were looking up. We were 3-0 going into week 4. Unfortunately, that game, I injured myself. I hurt my knee, and my season was over. I still remember how badly Coach Pajer felt for me. I could see it in his face. He truly cared. He cared about me as a person and as a student more so than an athlete. Following my surgery, Coach Pajer visited me in the hospital with a football signed by all of my teammates. And he would regularly check up on me to see how I was doing, both physically but also mentally. The way Coach Pajer cared for me when I was at a low point in my young life is a memory that will stay with me forever.
For me, as a young middle school kid or a high school senior or a college student or as an adult now and moving forward in my life, he's always been there for me from a place of love to provide a perspective for me. And I'm very grateful to have that.
And one word to describe Coach Pajer is selfless. He's always going out of his way to make sure that the kids get what they deserve and that everybody has what they need all the time, and he really does put others before himself.
In all my years of experience refereeing football, high school football, there are very few people like Coach Pajer to be a leader of men. His demeanor on the field trickles down to the kids, the players, so that they understand and always know as officials when you go out there, if Coach Pajer has a question about a call, you might rethink the call because he probably has a good reason to be complaining. And I wish him the best of luck going forward.
Hi, my name's Tim O'Malley. I'm the head football coach at Clark High School. I'm here to speak about Russ Pajer from East Rockaway High School. One thing that really impacted us as a football program at Clark was the show of sportsmanship and class that the East Rockaway program demonstrated during our dedication to our former head coach, John Boyle. During our halftime ceremony to honor Coach Boyle, who died suddenly of pancreatic cancer, and by the way, was a very dear friend of Russ Pajer's, the entire East Rockaway team came over and shared in the ceremony. Coach Pajer presented John's wife Gina with flowers, and their entire team stood there for our entire ceremony, which is at least a half hour, and showed nothing but class and dignity throughout the entire program. This goes to show the type of coach and person that Russ Pajer is, and is fully deserving of any accolades that he could receive. I can't say enough positive things about him or the East Rockaway program and community.
Perspective, I've always looked at him as somebody that I could look up to and as a role model that I could model my life after. And from my perspective, he's got a pretty wonderful life, and that's because he's a wonderful guy. And I really love him, and I appreciate him having him in my life.
He's a coach, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Coach Pajer, and I wouldn't be able to make the impact that I do and enjoy the wonderful program that we have here.
He took a chance on me and changed my life. Not only becoming a football coach, but also helping me with the career that I now have to provide for my family. So I have him to thank for that.
He's just, he's my brother. I'm so proud of what he's done with the football team here. Just the best of this.
He's the kind of man that every child that plays the game of football should have as a coach.